Bayesian thinking sounds intimidating, but it isn't. It's not about memorizing formulas, it's about thinking better, faster. You start with an idea, you see new information, you adjust. We all do this. The question is, how well do you do it, and how can you do it better? In this video, I'll show you how Bayesian thinking really works, no math required, how most people mess it up, and how you can use it to build something rare, calibrated confidence. When people hear Bayesian thinking, they picture this: complex math that doesn't make sense either to read or in a logical manner. It looks intimidating. It looks like you need to memorize formulas, but you don't. At its core, it's much simpler. You start with a belief, you encounter evidence, and then you update that belief. That's it. Simple, logical, and it's descriptive of how we think already or how we want to. Say, for example, you look at the weather forecast and it says it's going to rain today. Okay, so you get out of bed, you look out the window, you see dark clouds, you update. Now you think the forecast is probably right, it's gonna rain. Or maybe you look outside and see the sun shining, birds chirping, blue skies, not a cloud to be seen. Well, then you adjust the other way and think it'll be nice out. But maybe you bring an umbrella just in case it changes later. Either way, you didn't throw out your prior belief entirely, but you didn't ignore new evidence either. That's doing Bayesian thinking. Here's another one we've all lived. You're in a grocery store, picking a checkout line. Based on past experience, you think one line's gonna move faster. That's your prior belief, so you go ahead and stand in that line. Now you're watching. The cashier in your line is moving slowly. The shopper ahead is writing a check in 2025 for whatever reason. Another line over there, though, looks like it's flying. People using modern technology, touchpads, credit cards, going crazy. Do you switch immediately? Probably not. We're usually pretty hesitant to react to that quickly, especially if it means potentially changing lines again in a couple minutes. So you wait, but you keep an eye on the other line and your line to see if it continues, and maybe move over there if you can. Bayesian thinking helps you calibrate. Is this strong evidence I should act upon it, or is it just noise that'll pass? Most people either stick stubbornly to the original or change whichever the way the wind is blowing in a given moment. Bayesian thinkers don't. They adjust smartly, and that's what I want you all to be. Before we go any further, I want to make sure that you have a couple key terms that I've used in this video, terms that are important for Bayesian thinking and Bayesian statistics. We're not going to get into math today, just clarity. First, a prior. That's your starting belief. It's what you think before seeing new evidence. It's going to rain today. This grocery line is faster. Erling Haaland will score all the goals. Number two, evidence. This is new information you observe. Dark clouds in the sky, a cashier moving slowly, Haaland misses that incredibly easy chance in the first game. Updating. Adjusting your belief based on the evidence you just saw. So now I'm more confident it's going to rain, or maybe another line is better now, or I trust Haaland, I trust Pep, he's still going to score all the goals. I'm not overreacting, one miss isn't the whole story. Posterior. Your updated belief after combining your prior with new evidence. Here's what I believe now, given everything I've seen. If you want the math behind it, here's the core of it, Bayes' theorem. It's the posterior equals the prior times the likelihood divided by the evidence. In plain English, your new belief equals your old belief, adjusted by how strong and reliable the new evidence is. Now let's get back to why this matters. So here's where most people get it wrong. There are two ways to misprocess information. One, under-updating. They stick to old beliefs even when evidence piles up against them. You stubbornly stay there. You just keep going with what you already believed. Not good. But number two, the other side, over-updating. People treat every new data point as if it changes everything. I mean, you see this constantly. Think about every new hot trend in tech, a few promising signals, suddenly this will change the world, huge bets. Think AI, think the metaverse, think crypto, think robots, whatever it is. Whatever the next big thing that dominates the tech media, and then LinkedIn think pieces for months. Then reality hits. People start to swing the other way. This was nothing, it's all overhyped. Analog will rule the world, nothing matters, go ahead and eat at Arby's. That's also bad Bayesian thinking. Wild swings based on fragile evidence. Sports fans, you know this is a great place to think about this. So you might know from my other videos, I'm a huge European football fan, and we all know fans who do this. A striker misses an open goal, suddenly they're terrible. Next game they score a hat trick, 3 goals, maybe more. They're world class, greatest of all time, no one can stop them. I'm a Manchester City fan, and we saw it with Erling Haaland immediately after his transfer to City. He had this big miss versus Liverpool in the Community Shield. City fans remember, Liverpool fans I'm sure remember. The questioning started immediately. Can he adapt to the Premier League? Is he going to be a flop? Is Liverpool going to dominate? Things hit different in England. Can he do it on a cold Tuesday night in Stoke? He's flopped. Then he goes ahead and scores a bunch of goals in the next 10 games. He's unstoppable, the greatest ever. Pep Guardiola is a genius. On the other side, we have Darwin Núñez. He started hot, scored a wonder goal in the same game where Haaland struggled, and the hype exploded. But then he struggled after. Discourse then swung hard the other way. We probably to this day still don't evaluate him appropriately, because we're just constantly swinging back and forth based on his last games. We hear this phrase a lot in sports, but you hear it outside of it too. This isn't limited there. You're only as good as your last game, your last day, your last whatever it is you do for a living, your last PowerPoint deck if you're a consultant. That's not how Bayesian thinkers approach it, and it's not how I want you to think either. A Bayesian thinker asks, how strong was my prior? How strong is any new evidence I've taken in? And how big of an update does that justify? This is where good thinkers separate themselves. It's not just about updating. It's about how much to update based on the quality and quantity of evidence. When you get new info, ask, how strong is my prior? How reliable is this evidence? How big an update does this justify? Sometimes you move a little, sometimes you move a lot, sometimes you don't move at all. And here's why priors aren't bad. They're actually essential. Without them, you'd wake up every day like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, relearning everything from scratch. We can't process every piece of information we take in, and we can't give them all equal weight. Your brain needs a head start, and your priors give you that. They give you confidence and clarity in a storm of information. But they're also just the starting point, and we shouldn't end there. When strong evidence comes in, good thinkers are ready to update. That's where you get your calibrated confidence from. You don't cling, you don't chase, you adjust smartly. This isn't about formulas, it's how you move through the world. So, for all of you out there starting your Bayesian journey, here's a simple 3-question loop you can use to make this actionable. How strong is my prior? How strong is this evidence? How much should I update? And how should I show visibly that I've updated? Good thinkers don't hide their learning. They show judgment in motion, adjusting as they go visibly and thoughtfully. That's rare, and that's what makes it powerful. Bayesian thinking doesn't always make you right, but it will make you less wrong, faster, and it will help you stay that way. It teaches you to balance conviction with openness, balance confidence with humility, and in a noisy, messy world, that gives you an edge. It's calibrated confidence, it's judgment in motion. That's how smart thinking looks. Go ahead and click that subscribe button if you want to hear more and if you'd rather update than overreact. Thanks, everybody.